are now into the poetry segment. And in this segment, we'll be dealing with the poet of the day. I will do nothing but allow him to introduce himself. Yes, gentleman, tell us your name, please.
Well, my name is Samsudin S Hydara.
Okay.
A student of Botrop Kinderhof Senior Secondary School. I'm a grade 11 student doing arts.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's good to have you once more in the studio today to discuss about poetry. And tell us exactly what you'll be doing for us today.
Well, today I will recite an independence poem.
Okay.
And for me, I'm against the independence because I still feel like we don't have our independence.
Okay, so your piece is centered on independence.
Yes.
So your belief is that we should not celebrate independence.
No, it's
because
not yet time.
We are not liberated.
Yes, it's not yet time for us to celebrate.
All right, so what I want is you will take us through the piece and we'll talk everything about the piece, how it came about, you know, what you were thinking during developing that piece. So the floor is yours.
Okay, it reads, Gone were those days when no geographical frame divided us, as no boundary was known. Gone were those days when we were a lucrative goods and services exported from motherland to great adventure of anxiety. Gone were those days when we were a subject of no object in our motherland. Gone were those days when our mothers were sexually abused by the heartless honkies. Gone were those days when our souls were catastrophically taken by the white devils. Gone were those days when we were the engine in the construction of the so-called paradise called America. Gone were those days when our people were perished in the jungle of slavery, just not to let their souls to be the dynamo for the so-called paradise. Let's wake up from the sleeping and face the reality. Lot cannot be narrated, but few can be heard. Learn from the past and dictate the future. Hear from the watchdog Edward Francis Small, even Martin Luther King Jr., or His Excellency A.J.J. Jambe. Let's wake up from the mental slavery, selling your natural resources for zero income and expect a great 0% in return. Granting $100 million in exploiting for homosexuality. If Thomas Sankara could help his people and realize the liberation, then Muammar Gaddafi would have turned Africa to second paradise. Still on the process, but yet to be independent. I thank you.
But yet to be independent.
Yeah.
I thank you. Wow, that was beautiful. Tell us, you said we are yet to be independent. Okay, but before we talk about that, I just want us to look at the system you use to be able to write this piece. That is, I've seen one aspect of it, you use alliteration, gone are the days, gone are the days, gone are the days, something like that.
Yeah.
So I've seen that. Why did you choose to use that kind of technique?
Yeah, well, for me to be able to portray it and tell people that we are still not independent, I have to bring something in the past to reflect it so that people can realize that we are still not yet independent. We just say it verbally, but looking at the system, we can understand that we are still under the control of the foreign policies. These people are still controlling us as what we call imperialism, still on. Neocolonialism, we have to try and defeat it if we want to be independent. As far as we cannot defeat neocolonialism, we are not still independent. That is for sure.
So it's like you were trying to use that to emphasize. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, that's amazing. So tell us, why do you believe the Gambia is still not independent and it does not have the right to celebrate independence?
Well, looking at the current situation, today, if the Gambia want grant from UN or IMF or any other institutions, they will put a condition.
Okay.
You have to accept this if we want us to grant you this. Accept homosexuality, accept this, elevate our economic system. Anytime you will have that the government need money from the IMF, the government need money from World Bank or any others, means our economy is still not standardized. And looking at our education system and other sectors, government is taking loans from other people. Government is taking a loan from other sectors, and we have to stop that because they are putting conditions on us then that is not favorable for us. Mean they are still mental slaving us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got your point. You still believe that if the Gambia is still borrowing, and if the Gambia is still importing foodstuff, we're still not independent, and we should not celebrate our independence.
We should not celebrate our independence unless we tackle the imperialism.
Okay.
And neo-colonialism.
So, but equally too, you talked about if you're about to go for grants and loans, you were given conditions. I believe too the reason why you're given those conditions is because they believe that you have your autonomy, you're free to do whatever you want to do, so they cannot impose on you unless you need something from them. Isn't it?
Yeah. But if you are to help somebody, you should not put certain condition on that person.
Okay.
As far as you are willing to. So that's really telling you these people are trying to exploit us.
Okay.
They are trying to damage our culture.
Okay.
Because if you ask us to, accept homosexuality or any kinds of that, you are trying to damage our culture.
Okay. So now let's talk about this aspect now. You are a poet, honestly, who is doing amazing, and you're trying to influence people's life in the positive way. Tell us, how far do you want to go in this crusade? Because I call it crusade in the sense that it is an area that people sacrifice a lot because the money is not forthcoming, the support is not forthcoming. People mostly encourage you using words. So tell us how far you want to go into this industry, that is the poetry industry.
Well, as far as my pen can still pen, I'm ready to move on. Whether support is coming or not, I'm still on the move. And I'm not going to stop.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's beautiful to know. So tell us everything about your poetry career, because you are now in grade 11.
11, yeah.
And very soon you'll be in grade 12. So when actually did you start poetry? At which level?
Well, I started poetry when I was in Arabic school. Grade.
Okay, you were an Arabic student?
Yeah, telling the Islamic.
Okay, so when did you start the English session?
I started English in 2020.
2020.
I graduated.
At which level?
Grade 8.
So your English career as a student started in grade 8?
Yeah.
So that is in 2020?
2020, yes.
So meaning you did not do nursery, lower basic, and part of grade 7, part of the upper basic, that is grade 7?
No.
Okay, that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
But when you were an Arabic student, you do have English lectures, right?
Yeah, because all my brothers are English students.
Okay.
And my sisters.
So you learn from them?
Yeah, so I catch up some words from them. I try to have conversation with them in English. So that's helped me a lot.
But this is quite interesting. You're an Arabic student. Here you are writing beautiful poems, influencing people. Tell me, how were you able to do this? You have a mentor that is mentoring you, or you just mentored yourself? Or you looked for somebody, a mentor that is a distant mentor online, and you're trying to learn from the individual?
Well, for the very first time, one of my cousin brother by name Jubilee Hydara,
okay,
he's a poet. He's the one who saw this talent in me and told me that, bro, you can do writing. Why not you venture into writing? I told him, well, you cannot tell me that I can do writing while this is something that I'm not realizing it myself. He told me, no, but you can do it. I can really realize this talent in you. The way you construct your sentence, that really tells me that you can do it. So I just try, okay, let me try. So he gave me some techniques how to write a poem. So I did it, though it was somehow cool, but the experience is not there. So he tried to encourage me every time, have you write another one? So that forced me to write. So when I finished my Arabic school, I went to Fonyi, a school called Sangaju. Then I started my grade 8 there. We have a talent show, Timeline. So they asked me to come and join because they feel like I can do it. The way I express myself in English and the way I write.
The Timeline like, with Njai?
Njai, yes.
Okay.
Njai, happiness.
Okay, happiness.
So that time, I don't have poems. That's fine.
Okay.
So I went online to have some recorded poems, listen to them, write them and cram them. Then we went to the competition. We won it.
We won it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. This young show, your final words. We are running out of time in 30 seconds.
Well, I'm going to say a big thanks to Mr. Rufai Hydara and Babukar Buso. He's very helpful to me. Anytime he's encouraging me to write, keep on writing. So I will say a very big thanks to them.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was Samsudin.